In this demonstration, we're going to look at managing Active Directory directory services by using various management tools. So first thing we're going to have a look at here is we're going to have a look at Active Directory users and computers. Active Directory users and computers is used for managing my Active Directory user accounts, group accounts and computer accounts. So in order to launch that, what I've done is I've just come onto my Active Directory domain controller. I'm just going to come up to Tools up at the top, and what I'm going to do here is just go for Active Directory users and computers. So what we can see here is we have our Active Directory users and computers. We've got a Demo9, which is my Active Directory domain. And what we have within here is we have various containers. So to start with, we've got the built-in container. Built-in container contains various groups. Computers creates or contains all of the computers that I have currently in my Active Directory domain, with the exception of Active Directory domain controllers, which sit in the domain controllers organizational unit. Then what we have below here is we also have the users container, and the users container contains, as you can see, various other groups and a couple of users as well. If we then have a look at some of these ones that have been created specifically for this course, what we have here is we've got the research organizational unit, which contains research users, a research group, and what we've also got as well is we've got sales, marketing and so on up the list here. So what we can do within here is we have the ability to create new users, we have the ability to also create new computers. So let's just create an object. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to go to computers, and at this point here we're going to create a new computer account. So if I right click at this point here, what we'll get the ability to do is click new, and then I'm going to create a new computer. Then what we need to do here is we just need to fill out this little wizard. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to call this lon-cl1. This will cause me an issue because I've pulled this across. We already have a computer called CL1, but just to prove this, we'll click OK, and as we can see, it already exists. So let's just change that to CL4, and then click OK, and that allows us to create a computer object. Once we create the object, we can then modify the object. So if I just right click on lon-cl4, if we have a look at the properties, what we have the ability to do here is we have the ability to modify various attributes. So we can see the computer is called lon-cl4. We could specify things like DNS name, DC type, site, description. We've got the operating system tab, which will give us information relating to the operating system. If it's a member of any group, so by default, as we can see here, it's been made a member of domain computers. We can have a look at delegation, so we can decide if this account can be delegated. Location, so let's just, for example, here put in London. And managed by, we can decide who actually manages the machine. So if we click our change button here, what we'll do is we'll just go for a user called Don, and we'll select Don. Then we've also got the dial-in tab, which allows us to specify dial-in settings. So now we've done all of that, we'll just click the OK button. One of the other things we can do here as well is we can have a look at a list of all attributes. We need to just change the view. So we'll go to view, and if I just change this to advanced features, if we then just have a look back at lon-cl4, have a look at the properties, what we can see here is we get some additional tabs. And the one that I'm bothered about here is the attribute editor, and within the attribute editor we can see all of the attributes associated with the computer account. Another way we can manage Active Directory objects is we can use, within Windows Server 2012, we have the Active Directory Admin Center. So to access that, we'll go to Tools, we go to the Active Directory Admin Center. So the Active Directory Admin Center is based on top of PowerShell, and what we have within here, it's very similar to Active Directory users and computers, but what we have is we have the ability to maybe get more granular control of the objects, because it gives us nice little wizards and nice little buttons that we can click on. So one of the things we're going to do here is just within the Active Directory Admin Center, let's just go for a global search. So if we do a global search here, let's do a search for Don. And what it does, goes away, finds me all of the objects relating to Don. Let's just go back to the overview page. And on the overview page, we've got the ability to do things like just reset users' accounts rather than have to locate the user, right click the user, reset the password. We can do it all through this nice little taskpad. So let's just reset the password on a user. So what we're going to do here is we're going to reset the password of Adam. We're actually going to set it to password 1. And what we're going to say here is that the user must change the password at next logon, because we as the administrator don't really want to know that password, so we'll apply this. And as it says down here, the password has been reset successfully. Now it's saying here that it's failed to change the user password option. User must change password at next logon. Password never expires for this account is set to true. So this nice little taskpad here is giving us related information relating to things that it can't do as well as to things that it can do. So like we said, everything that this does is based on top of PowerShell. So let's just expand up the little password or the Windows PowerShell history here, and we can see exactly which PowerShell commandlets have been issued. So yet another way to administer Active Directory is we can use PowerShell. So let's just go to Tools again, and what we're going to do here is we're just going to launch up PowerShell. But to be specific here, we're going to go for Active Directory module for Windows PowerShell. So this will launch up. Then what we can do is we can start issuing PowerShell commands. So we can create objects, delete objects, manage objects, modify all of the object attributes as well through Windows PowerShell. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to create a new group. The way we're going to do that is do a new -AD group, -name sales managers we're going to call the group, -group category will be a security group, the group scope will be global, display name will be sales managers, path will be an organizational unit or container equals users in a datum.com. At this point here we'll just hit the enter key, and we've now created our group. So now that we've created the group, let's just verify that the group does actually exist. So all we'll do here is we'll just come back into Active Directory users and computers. And then what we'll do is we'll just come down to our users container. And what we can see here is we can see our sales managers group. So what we're going to do here is we're going to move this object to a new organizational unit. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to move this to sales. Now we could do that through PowerShell or we could do it through the GUI. So one way to do it through the GUI would just be to right click and then we can move, or indeed we can just drag and drop. We'll actually do it through PowerShell, so let's just go back to the PowerShell commandlet here and just issue the command for the move. And to do that we're going to do a move -AD object, cn equals sales managers, cn equals users, dc equals a datum, dc equals com, and then -target path is ou equals sales, dc equals a datum, dc equals com. So what we'll do here is we'll go back to Active Directory users and computers and just verify that the move has indeed taken effect. So if we just look now, not sitting in users anymore, let's just go up to sales, scroll this down a little bit. And what we can see here is we've now moved our sales managers group. That's the end of this demonstration of administering Active Directory. Thank you.